Live from Adelaide, 7 News with Rosanna Mangiarelli and Mike Smithson.
Good evening. It's being described as one of the most devastating highway smashes this state has ever seen.
An explosive head-on collision between a B-double and a ute, which has left 2 people dead and a third critically injured.
It happened on the Stewart Highway at Wirraminna, about 500 kilometres north of Adelaide, leaving the road so badly damaged it could take months to repair.
From the air, it looks like a war zone. From the ground, post-apocalyptic. On one side of the obliterated highway, a B-double burned and torn apart. On the other, the shell of a ute charred beyond recognition.
There was loads of explosions, black smoke everywhere, there was flames.
Absolutely horrific. Both vehicles were incinerated. The road damage is catastrophic.
A 23-year-old ACT man in the ute was killed. So was the truck's passenger, 57-year-old Hannah Reid, died in the inferno. Her partner, 49-year-old Mick Goddard, was behind the wheel and incredibly made it out alive.
He's had a head injury. His hands were burning still at the time. The front of his vest and his whole shirt had just gone out. He was basically still on fire.
Kelly Spendlove and her daughters were the first on scene.
Absolutely horrendous. It was horrible and hot, just pure panic.
They sat with the truckie for 2 gruelling hours until help arrived. He was airlifted to Adelaide with critical burns and underwent emergency surgery this morning. The couple's transport company operates between WA and SA. Yesterday, they were carrying a trailer load of gravel from Adelaide. It was just after midday. They were crossing the causeway at Wirraminna about 5 hours north of Adelaide when their truck collided head-on with the ute, sparking a massive explosion.
Saying that he couldn't go anywhere. The car swerved in front of him and he couldn't go anywhere. They were on the bridge.
Major crash investigators say when the B-double erupted into flames, burning diesel leaked from its tank, spilling down the side of the elevated causeway and into the pipes below. It was so hot, it melted the road from underneath.
When you've got a fire of such intensity associated with a large vehicle and also a secondary vehicle, it's going to cause some damage.
So severe it could take months to repair. Rosie Barnett, 7 News.
And Rosie joins us live from a roadblock at Pimba. Rosie, the damage is causing chaos for truckies and tourists.
Kilometre stretch of the Stewart Highway has been closed, meaning cars and trucks are being diverted here at Pimba and at Coober Pedy. Major diversions are in place, which will take traffic along a series of dirt roads, adding up to 10 hours to their trip. With a lack of fuel supplies and car repairers in the area, authorities are urging people to just avoid the area altogether.
The last thing we want is for someone to take a road or take a diversion where the vehicle's clearly not suitable and end up in a similar situation.
Hopefully there's a quicker way, they work something out. See how we go.
Wait it out until the road's open and then we'll go back to Darwin.
As for the more damaged section of the highway, repair crews are already working on a temporary solution that would allow them to open at least one lane to traffic with reduced speeds. But at this point, it's expected the road will remain closed for at least the week. Mike?
A nail-biting win to Port Adelaide last night has secured next week's qualifying final at Adelaide Oval. The Bulls now rolling on the chance of holding the grand final here too.
In front of an empty stadium, the final siren sounds the end to a thrilling battle.
And here's your siren. Home final for Port Adelaide.
But with 8 minutes to go, it wasn't looking so certain. Star Ollie Wines bringing the boys back into the game.
Exactly what Port Adelaide needed. And this game ain't done.
It sure wasn't. Within minutes, another 2 in a row from power greats.
Travis Boak bends it,
and Robbie Gray has done it. Port Adelaide have hit the front.
As fans held their breath from home, for some the stress was all too much. Power chairman David Koch took to Twitter, summing up how most supporters were feeling.
I was holding on for dear life. It was crazy. That last minute, that was wild.
It was the longest 5 minutes last night, the longest 5 minutes ever.
I was just trying to keep calm, but I was dying inside. Yeah, it was crazy.
The win bringing Adelaide Oval into the finals playing field and boosting Power to the top of the ladder.
Top 2, home final. Can't wait to get back home.
He didn't have to wait long. Players left the Oval and were straight to the airport, touching down on home soil at 1 this morning, mask-laden, and heading into home isolation before they face off in the qualifying final at Adelaide Oval next week.
Hopefully have our fans there and pack that out. So Steve, hopefully you can pack out the Adelaide Oval and let the numbers come in. But
Rosie Barnett, 7 News.
And Rosie joins us now from Adelaide Oval. Rosie, the government's officially put its hat in the ring to host the grand final here too.
That's right, Mike. Port's win last night has secured at least 2 home finals here at Adelaide Oval, but the big one, the grand final, could now be on the cards too. Perth is also in the running and will be our biggest rival host. Our stadium is still capped at 15,000, whereas theirs can hold more than 60,000. But 7 News has been told increasing that capacity will be top of the agenda in discussions at the Transition Committee meeting on Tuesday.
We're working with the AFL, putting our best foot forward to convince them that that is a possibility that they would look to investigate. Of course, the health and safety of South Australians is our #1 priority, so we'd have to look at that, work with SA Health to make sure it is safe to do so.
Of course, a local grand final would be a huge boost for businesses here. So whether you're a footy fan or not, there is a lot hanging on this decision. So fingers crossed, Mike.
Thanks, Rosie.
It's not often a dream job comes up in paradise, but this is your chance. Kangaroo Island businesses have launched a major recruitment drive following an unprecedented tourism boom amid the pandemic.
On Kangaroo Island, this is a tough day at the office.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Brenton Davis is living the dream and he's looking for others to join him.
I mean, gladly need more staff to help satisfy the demand.
After a tumultuous 12 months for the popular island, local tourism isn't just back, it's booming.
But as soon as, people were allowed to travel again, it's boomed. It's been the busiest winter we've had, which is really exciting.
But the scars still remain.
Stay away from the glass, mate.
This video from January shows the moment the terrifying bushfires almost swallowed Brenton's home. It wiped out 20 million of his bees and hundreds of thousands of dollars in tourism revenue. Then COVID hit.
We're pretty glad we're still here at the moment, for sure.
Now with summer cooling, a recruitment drive's underway. Along with the Island Beehive, Brenton also runs Little Sahara and KI Outdoor Action. He's looking for anyone with a taste of adventure, and some positions don't even require experience.
Anyone that loves the outdoors, wants to experience living over here in a bit more remote area.
Think a day on the dunes or a quad bike. You could lead a kayak tour through paradise or even try your hand at keeping the world's purest Ligurian bees. There's a job for everyone.
It's awesome. I love it. My favourite job I've ever had, for sure.
Usually, spring is brimming with overseas backpackers looking for work, but not this year, meaning more jobs for South Australians.
There's people that work here full-time, there's people that come just during the holidays, and so it can work if they're studying at university.
So whether you're just after an adventurous summer or you're on board for something more permanent, then you better act fast. The jobs have already created quite a buzz. Applications are due by Wednesday and competition is likely to be steep.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Everyone will bring new skills and fresh approaches.
Rosie Barnett, 7 News.